Okay. Well, let's first just start kind of creating the space within us to receive it, to receive what we were given in Reiki energy. So you're just sitting comfortably, you close your eyes, go inwards. As you inhale through the nose. You exhale through the mouth, letting go. Inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth, letting go. Becoming more open to receive. We'll just ask Reiki energy and higher guides to be with us, to show us the path. It is shown. We can ask for more openness to this and to receive this information. So you're going deeper inwards. Imagine we are in the circle, all of us in the circle holding hands. And Reiki energies, light energies going through all of us. We feel this incredible connection to ourselves, to each other, to your earth, to universe. Inhale, exhale. Good. So just to so what I'm going to talk today about, it's more like I will be transmitting to you something that I put together, what I received. And yeah, you can experience it. You experience it through energy, and you take notes. Because you want to probably work with it a little later. I'm not going to stop so that we write every sentence. So you just write what you need for yourself. And what I'm going to talk today is not going to be any perspective of the politics or judgment, or it's a bigger picture, so that when we don't see the bigger picture of what is really happening, then it can be a lot of mess and a lot of misunderstanding, and it definitely adds to our suffering. So we want to see that bigger perspective. Then everything, then the pain and what we are going through is going to be not a pain, but a blessing for us. So I'll start kind of a little bit with the histories, so you know what really is happening, and then we'll go into the lessons for the soul. How is the soul treating all of this? What is happening with us? And then we'll go more like sort of practical, we can say, application. the more what is going to look like, and both of all those parts are very important and needed. And hopefully you can stay till the end. So first, I want to say that, right now, the information field is very much tense, and there is a lot is happening, and a lot of it is generated, right? We are given just certain parts, certain information, and behind all of that there is a bigger structure on energetic but also physical level. And the structure is trying to control the planetary consciousness of people so that we can go more into darkness, into conflict. Because the more people are in that fight, in the conflict, then the more the easier for them to have the control, have the power. If you look back, so going back, the time of ancient Egypt, there were certain light keys that were kept. Those are the keys for the not the control, but for regulating the energy and the consciousness of people. And so those light keys were then taken to the Europe, then to the East. And if you know about the ancient civilization Atlantis that has collapsed, it collapsed because they started this spread of thinking, the consciousness that somebody is higher, somebody is lower, and this was a virus that was passed on from then to Europe, then to Russia, and all other countries. So this kind of a period has been for a long time, that thinking that virus of somebody is higher, somebody is lower, somebody should have more, somebody should have less, somebody should have nothing. And so they were struggling for the power. And so as a civilization, they had to, it was gone, it collapsed. But what's really happening on the planet, we have interaction of many different civilizations, and there are over 100 civilizations that exist on the planet with us. So we are humans is a mix of these different civilizations that come here for specific purpose, to work out our specific lessons. And that we can say that bigger structure, or it's called secret government, тайное правительство. This is made of people who came from civilization that has very high intellect, but they lack in their structure, in their they don't have compassion. They don't have care for others. And they happen to be behind all of this control of the mass media, control of the central banks, and behind almost all the governments. So it's like, if you think, it's like a bigger entity, but made of those people. Some, and the key need for them is the power, is the possession, is the control. And some of these people they're there because they're fulfilling their contracts that they have signed. They are working out their karma in that way. Some people were brought into that by manipulation, by lies. But again, it's not just lies, that pure lies. There was something inside of them that maybe wanted the power, maybe wanted control and money. So they attracted alike. And so they came into that system. And behind all of that And those people who are brought by these lies and manipulations, they certainly have that struggle inside of them. They can feel that. They want to do better, and I'm sure you've even met people like that, but they cannot. They cannot. Once the person is in that structure, in that system, on energetic level, and actually there is a ritual that is happening when they give their will. They give their will for something in exchange. And so they've given that, so the exit for them is only through death. And so that, the modern world as we know right now formed about 300 years ago. And that's where the Masonic movements appeared as they are looking right now, and mostly in the States. And they're in different places, but they're controlled again by the same structure, that same entity. And most of the financial system is there. And again, what I want to say is, well, let's look from the bigger picture. Is the truth, and the fact is that the states were created by those powers for their own purposes. It just people happen to be there. So they're utilizing, it's their main instrument for destruction, for war, for power, for resources, and it's doing this job. And as they were trying to control all this information that is coming to us, but they cannot any longer. So as you saw, a lot of things start coming up, right? The truth is coming up. They cannot hold that process anymore, and it will be happening. And we didn't know, right, that last 300 years, most of the conflicts and the wars were really coming from that structure, which attracted those alike people that still want something like power. Nevertheless, whatever is happening right now with us, all the situations, we are actually experiencing a much lighter scenario, much easier than it could have been. And because, our civilization could have been destroyed many times by now. How many times there was this option for that red button, for nuclear war to happen? But somewhere something didn't work. It didn't happen. But there were many opportunities, and this is thanks to all this light support that is coming to us right now, and also thanks to the spread of spiritual knowledge that is happening so fast. And the plan, there were a lot of plans to destroy, and this plan COVID, right, that was supposed to take away millions of lives, again failed. It didn't work. And and a lot of people started coming up and speaking up and confessing. And that adds a lot to our understanding of, okay, what is really happening. Like there was this one German journalist who was an editor for 25 years in one of the major newspapers. Don't know all the details, but then after he confessed that all this time they were transmitting lies and only lies, and how they were paid, and then soon after that he died after his confession. But all this is coming on surface because those are the last moments of this system as it is right now, the last moments of this existing system. Well, of course, it's not that the world is not going to disappear. World is going to continue exist, right? But what is called right now is the age of revelations, and the darkness will not win, because everything is already predetermined. Everything is already there, for us. So the darkness is just healing itself, to the breaking itself to the pieces, and we can see that, and we can all feel that. And the planet will be cleansed and purified from this darkness, with the help of these awakening souls that are everywhere. They're everywhere, and they see what is happening, and they will be creating this new world, this new paradigm. Somebody is not muted. Okay. Yeah, so they will be creating this new world, and it's already happening now. And it actually, the everything that we are experiencing, it's not like one individual. It's already a planetary experience. It's happening on the level of the universe, because it is the cycle. It is the cycle that was already predetermined before it has happened long ago. It was described 2,000 years ago, or even earlier, if we look at the even calendar of Maya. So all this was already predetermined. And in the Bible we have a saying, what is your will, that is what you receive. По воле вашей дано будет вам. What is your will? We are receiving that. And there was this prediction of the four horsemen, right? That one horseman had a crown on its head, and this is the sickness, the destruction, the power. Second horseman had a sword. It's a war. It's a continuous war, continuous conflict, and the struggle between different powers. The third one, death. So in this, only 1/3 of population as now will be able to transition into the new world. 2/3 of that population will not be, under the influence of these different factors, the climate changes, the catastrophes, the illness, death, war, all of this. And interesting, again, it's not going to be for everyone. There are people who throughout this whole time will live in harmony, and they have grown up vibrationally to the point that they are not even touching those experiences. And it is possible for all of us. So here is a very important thing that to understand, I'm offering you to understand, is that those souls that go, those souls that leave the planet at this time, they choose to do so. They choose to do so. Souls live through purification many times, and they still have evolution. They still have evolutional process. For them, it's not a catastrophe. Catastrophe is when we look with the eyes of the human, with the eyes of just personality. But from the eyes of the soul, this is the most powerful renewal. This is the most powerful purification that can ever happen to them. And very interesting, right now, a lot of people don't want to go into the war, right? They don't want to go into the conflict. Maybe in the 20th, in 20th century, it happened that people were engaged, they were brought into that, and they did it. Somebody only gained and somebody only lost. But right now, people are praying for peace. People are making different steps to be in peace. They don't want anything related to that. So what does it tell you about? There is something to celebrate, because it talks about our evolution. We had already went to a different level of consciousness. We don't want it anymore like before. And all the work, the spiritual work that people were doing for last decades is finally paying off. And you can see this is a real result. And some of you who know me for a long time, for years, right? When you are in that low state, in a dark state, what do I say? I say trust. No work that you ever done will be wasted. And this is a real proof. Everything we do, all our spiritual work will never be wasted. And just like right now, it is actually showing its results in our consciousness. So it's very important to go into those states of harmony and be above that, see that bigger picture. And from there, send the energy, send love to the regions, to people. This will be more useful rather than fight, revenge, complaining. Because even the fight, we feel like, oh, we are here to, fight for the truth or for everything. Even fight is still a vibration of the war. And the best way, when we come into the harmony, then we can transmit it to others. And that is the best. So my appeal to you is, no matter what, even if things are, it looks like a lot of distraction, everything is falling apart and not enough of this or anything, focus on yourself, working on yourself. Because you know what, even if this is happening, you will go according to again much lighter experience that you could have been, because you are having this connection to yourself. You have the practices, you have people around with whom you can raise your vibration. And of course, it's not going to be for everyone. For somebody it will be very hard, and it is a very hard time. And for example, souls choose to die in the war, for example. What kind of experience is that? Well, whenever the soul chooses experience of death, economical limitations, poverty, very hard relationships in the family, it is a very valuable experience for the soul. Very valuable. They're learning the things which have so much power, so much value for the soul. Even the soul chooses to be incarnated in a very, very solid, very dense, very low vibrational circumstances. The soul takes itself into the depths of illusion, into Maya. It's forgetting God, forgetting Creator, forgetting the source. Why is that? It's a very valuable experience for the soul. And we are all have our soul plan, which we will fulfill. You know, in the higher dimensions, there is no separation, there is no segmentation, there is only love and unity. And this love and unity is the base state of us, of every soul. And every soul at this very moment have an opportunity to connect to that base state and feel yourself there, feel yourself in that home. And at the same time, when the soul chooses to go into the low vibration, into the depths of the darkness, the soul gains volume, it gains wisdom, it gains depth and understanding. Going through the pain, it acquires qualities of compassion, kindness, love. So it is developing its qualities, and that's what this experience is for. And this experience makes the soul experienced. And it's also the input into the evolution of the whole evolution of the soul is throughout the times, not only at this time. And it's happening. When this happening, something is very, very hard situations in life. It happens only upon the readiness of the soul. When the soul is ready, it chooses to go through that. And it's her plan. This is the plan of the soul. And very interesting that what I received is souls that are right now here on the earth, they're actually very highly prepared. They're very highly prepared. They knew where they're going, and they knew what is going to happen, which period they're going to. And they have all the experience needed to be at this time here right now. Older souls, they have a lot of, for example, they have a lot of experience of the war, a lot of experience of that kind of energy. So when they already received this experience, they have a choice on the level of the soul. They don't have to go into that anymore. And that is why many people will not be there, will not be touched by that. Because they don't have this evolutionary task. They don't have this task for their evolution to have this experience again. But there are souls which have less experience, and it's very interesting for them. This experience is interesting for them. They want to go through that, and they do. And this is okay, and this is normal. This is their plan. So from the level of the personality, we look at it, we look things we're going through, we look at it as a pain. From the level of the soul, it is only experience. And for the soul, it is very important to have it, whatever it's going through. And it is those souls which have chosen those very hard situations. It's a very valuable experience, and it's a very powerful experience of transformation for them. In fact, they can make this very huge quantum leap into a next level acquiring those different energies and qualities, they can do it very fast. However, not all the souls will do that, even if they had a plan like that. Some of them will go into such a darkness, into such depths, that they won't come out at this time. And this is also normal. This is also experience for the soul. And there is from the soul, there is no ending. There is no ending to this process. It's a continuous process. There is no end result how they should feel, what they should feel, what they should have go through. No. Sooner or later, they will get to there where they need to be. They will fulfill their plan. Is what is very interesting to understand, any hard, any difficult experience, that wave when it goes down, it's like in waves. So that experience we have, but also the exit, the way out was already predetermined at the moment before you actually started being in this dark place. So being in a dark place will surely show the way out, because it's already predetermined. There is no way that this is not going to change. Just like on the earth, we had so long we had the time, and now we live in Kali Yuga, the dark period, and it's a lot of hardship and abuse and all of that. But also there were times when there was Satya Yuga, when there was complete bliss on the planet. So in the same way, when we get into any difficult experience, just understand and remember that the way out is already there, is already predetermined. That is why all the souls inevitably will be healed. They will receive all the experience that is required. They will learn all the lessons and pass all the exams. The only question is, from what level we are looking at it. If you're looking from the level of the soul, like this, right? It's totally beautiful. It's amazing, this kind of experience. But inside, the experience of the pain sometimes can close eyes. And this is also okay. This is also normal if we experience that. We are experiencing how we can, to the extent we can. There is no need to blame yourself that you're not feeling something or you're not there yet. You are experiencing the way you can at this moment. You don't need to blame yourself. And of course, when we have the different practices, spiritual practices, they just help us to come out of some state sooner and go through that experience just faster, but eventually we will. So always the primal power is the power to choose. It's our choice. When we made that choice, we made the commitment, everything will show up. All the tools, all the support from the higher energies, people, situations, everything will come. So it's up to our choice. So then the question is, if the soul have chosen this very hard experience, but they, at this point, it could make a different choice, and go through this much easier and lighter. Yes, that's true. So we can either heal. So this is like one of the key to understand that we can either heal through the time, next lifetime, or we can heal right now when there is a lot of energy, a lot of support is given to us on this wave of high high support. The amount of light that is coming right now on the earth is just incredible. It has never been the best time on the planet to receive this and transform. Never, but now. So what is happening? And probably some of you have experienced that, and I talked to some of you that feels like, in one day there are so many things changing. One moment you said, okay, this is the right thing to do, then in half an hour everything already changed. You feel like, it's not right anymore. What is right then? Right? The things are moving so fast, and this is what it is, because right now we are living in this very in a speedy process. And it's going very fast. So right now we have a chance to live through some lifetimes right now, those that we could have done later. And so we can use this energy to go through that. And this will happen for those who are ready. They are going with it, and they will transform very fast. Those who are not ready yet, that is also fine. Eventually they will get there, but later. So nobody is a victim, and nobody is nobody to blame. Nobody is right, nobody is wrong. We are all divine souls that have that living experience according to the plan of our own soul. Of course, sometimes this plan takes like different shapes and forms, and it's the transformation is never easy. Is never like in the moment, right? In the moment of transformation is never easy, and you never want to go through that. But when we come out on the other side of that, it's so much lighter. So that what I saw is the new reality. There will be a new reality. That's the other side. It's in already now the energies are coming to us from that new reality. They're very beautiful, and they're so filled with freedom, internal, external, love, co-creation. It's very powerful, very profound. So for a moment, I want you to feel that. I'll pause here, and you close your eyes, you go inwards, and let this energy of the new reality to come to you, for you to feel them. The new world, the new reality is in harmony. Everyone is in harmony with each other, with nature, with universe. There's no struggle. No struggle for money, no struggle for power. Kids are free. There are no dogmas. Everyone sees themselves as their soul, as the divine, as God. And you are inhaling, you're letting this energy in. You might have some vision, some feeling, sensation. Just experience it at this moment and let it go. They're showing us now the picture of the new world. Everyone can have it a little differently. So yes, in that new energy, in that new world, some people call new earth, new reality. There is freedom, there is no pressure, there are no governments, there are no systems as they exist right now, there are no financial systems as exist right now, there are no even countries, there are no even cities, there is no currency, no money as they are right now. There is a unified field of energy where people are interacting. And in the new reality, new world, will be only people with the highly developed intuition, the consciousness. They feel they have a deeper connection to Earth. They have a deeper connection to the universe, to each other. There is more unity, there is harmony. Interesting, there is also access to unlimited resources, unlimited energy. So all those resources that is created right now artificially, this will be unlimited. And everything that is now exists as it is going to disappear, is going to vanish eventually. And there will be new ways of interaction, new ways of everything. That unlimited source of energy, which is literally taken just from the air, something that Tesla started discovering. Until now, of course, a lot of this was hidden from us, but also because our consciousness was not ready. That's a very interesting aspect. There was no stability and effectiveness because our vibration was not corresponding to those technologies that are in alignment with nature. Because everything, all the devices, all things like that work in a certain field of consciousness. So what we have right now is a reflection of our consciousness. In the new reality, it's going to be very different because our vibration will be different. Because the people who will stay in the new reality, they have completely different higher consciousness, and so collectively we are creating that field for all of that, like unlimited resources of energy to come to us. This is the new world, the energy. And we were also prepared. I didn't tell yet about the fourth horseman, from that revelation, which is famine. It's the starvation, it's the hunger. And we were also prepared for that. We already see that all this, the prices for food and gas and the heating is all increasing. And as I was saying, it's a planetary process. Everyone is moving in that direction. It's not possible now to take out one country and say, oh, this country lives really nicely, and the rest are just not living good is not possible, because the more we are going, the more we are realizing our unity. So it is a planetary process. It's happening everywhere. And it's also the part of our transformation, which we need to go through. So for those who will have to go through those very harsh times, there is already for a long time this information about people eating sun energy, people eating prana, right? The less eating, the raw eating, all of this, and there are people who are doing that. It's just one aspect, it's just one part of this. And why is this? Of course, not everybody will become prana eaters, and it's fine. It's not everybody, but it's showing us that we can live in a different way, on a different level. We can eat differently. We can live differently. So those people came into completely different state of consciousness when they were doing that. So it is possible. So it was not coming just like without any reason. It was coming for this reason. And people who will have to be in this situation of hunger and starvation can use this. And those who will not fall into the fears and the panic, those who will find these ways, they have much higher chances to survive, and much higher chances to raise their vibration to the new world. They will adapt their bodies, even their physical bodies, to this situation. And that is what also raising their vibration. So this with all these ways, with all these scenarios, we are given opportunity to live more in harmony, and that's why it's given to us. Another point I see, I've received, there were always higher, like high vibrational souls coming to the earth, always. But starting from 70s last century, there was more concentration of this kind of souls to harmonize, to balance the earth and the processes on the earth. And very interesting, like now, this last 2 years, and going further, coming the souls, it happens very rare, but it's happening, coming the souls that even they are from such a high civilization with very high vibrations, that this is their first time. They've never been here. And because the earth before was not even able to receive them. But now even the earth changing the vibration as we are changing our vibration. And the earth and parents were prepared. They're receiving those children now. And it was like the number in 2024, 27 will be the highest concentration of the souls that will be building this higher, this new reality. And of course, we also that we can also do that. And what we will build will already be completely different from what is existing right now. And those souls will come to the end, like not to the end, but to the ultimate new reality that you just felt now. Absolutely no structures, no pressure, only harmony. So it feels like right now the planet and all of us are going through this recoding, the very powerful recording, because there was this time when the earth went into very, very deep hole, very deep darkness. And now we are starting coming out, we are starting rising up. And that is why this new kind of souls are coming to make this transition sooner, faster. And if you have a sense now, we are moving towards all of this collectively. However, it's a very individual process. It's a very individual process. Every individual is going through their exams. And it's not possible, like to join to some kind of a group and just sneak in this evolutionary process and say, hey, but I'm with this group, they're doing this, so I'm the same. It's not possible. You can be collectively within the group, but we are going through these exams individually. We can't pass without it. We have to change our vibrational settings by ourselves. So as I was saying, the most important right now, even if it feels like everything is against you or everything is collapsing, lots of loss, etc., you will still walk this path much lighter, because and if you follow this law, the first law of the soul, no matter what problem we face, is it a war, is it financial, is it relationship, the first is to work on our own self, on our own consciousness, our vibration. Then we will not end up in a bad situation. So it doesn't matter what is from outside, the most important, how we work with it from inside. And the more our consciousness is higher, then lighter, easier we go through all of that. And this is the law number one. There is nothing else is going to help you. No external forces, no external possessions, nothing, but your own work with yourself. So where to run, where to hide? Only take refuge in yourself. Only take refuge in raising your own vibration and your consciousness. So right now, what's more happening is we are coming from that dependency from others to more autonomy, to more self-sufficiency. And even in the new world, even the continents that are right now, it will all also change and shift. Eventually, the Atlantic, that area will be buried like Atlantis, because it was created for the purpose of acquiring power, and it will disappear because there will be no need for that anymore. And some islands will still be left, and some people will still live there. Mostly it won't. And yes, so what I was saying is, right now we are going more from dependency, right, to more self-sufficiency, to autonomy. And even in the new world, as I was saying, there is no currency, and the most valuable currency that will exist is energy, and this is how we will be exchanging. And so it's very important when we are going into we want to co-create with other people, and that maybe before the old way is like this, or you have this resource, you have this resource, I have this, so if we come together we're gonna do this. No, it's not gonna work anymore like this. You can only be with people who are on the same frequency as you are. It's going to be happening only according to the vibrational frequency of people, not what you have, what I have. It's also the old system. And as I was talking about, there will be all these purifications happening, people going through different hardships, but again, not everyone, not everywhere. There will be some pockets on the earth which will be complete harmony. Some people will live in a complete harmony because they have already grown up to that, and they happen to be in that place for that reason. But whenever we are going through that, it's still that is the connection to the soul, is the connection to creator that is the most important, that is going to save us and is going to take us to that new world which you felt, which you received energy, you saw that. And those again who will not come through that, it's our allowing them to do so, because this is their choice, not the choice of the ego, it's the choice of their soul. And the sooner we agree with that, the more we will be in harmony with people who are with us, and people who are not with us, who don't quite understand what is happening. And at any times, whatever is happening, it's absolutely possible to come out of that state into the higher vibration. There is this book by psychologist Viktor Frankl. He was in a concentration camp, and he spent there 2 years, and he wrote the book, and he was talking about how many chances he had to die. There were so many times when he was supposed to go into this, place where they put the gas and they die. And somebody didn't show up, or they took somebody by mistake, or he was not in that place. It's just so many times he avoided death. And he was saying that because of he was not in the state of anger, he was not in the state of hatred, he was in the state of observation, what is happening, like a soul observing the life. And he certainly observed those people who were in the state of hatred and anger and rage, and they were manipulating, they wanted to survive by any means, killing other people, etc. Those people anyways had to be put to death much sooner than him. He observed that. So, and then it's not only one, there are many examples like that, many books like that. So it's possible at any time, whatever is happening with us, to go into that state of higher consciousness, that base state that we were talking about, and not to be caught into this reality of just this body. Because at all times there are these chances for your soul to take the exam of maturity. Are you mature enough to make this jump, quantum leap, and pass through that, or you will still be stuck there? And it's possible to find, always possible, doesn't matter what situation is, what circumstances are, always possible to find resources inside of you and connect to the soul, connect to God, to creator. But those souls that had to go and they could not pass through all of that, it doesn't mean they're bad, it doesn't mean that they did something wrong. No, that soul is the same way divine as I am, divine as you are. It deserves love. Just at this moment, this is the path that the soul has chosen. And it removes a lot of judgment, right? It removes a lot of our idea of who is what. But this is that soul's experience. This is its healing process, and eventually it will go into the divine, to that divine state anyways. So yeah, so that's why it's very it's kind of impossible to observe, to understand what is the evolutionary progress of a person. You know, if somebody is sick, if somebody is not exactly the same views as you are, and yeah, maybe they don't understand as all this, what they're doing is killing other people, you know, but this is their experience, this is their plan to go through this experience, and we don't know exactly where they are in their evolutional status. And this helps us to just focus more on that light, that the soul is the same divine light as everyone else. And everything that is happening outside, externally, right now and all the time, is the expression of what is happening inside, and individually and collectively. So that work that we are doing, that spiritual work that we are doing internally, individually, it is so important. And then collectively we shift the reality outside. But it's everybody's work. Nobody can slack here. So right now we are moving more like towards integration. You know, before it was more segmentation, right? The material, the spiritual is different. Either I'm going to live a spiritual life or I'm going to live material life. There's nothing in between. It felt like that until recently. But right now, we are going into this integration of spiritual and material. They both are the same. And what is material? Science already proved is just a high concentration of light. It is the spirit. And we we are now connecting this. Oh, okay, and this is important, and this is important. Everything is important. There is unity, there is beauty in everything, and there is God in everything, in everyone. So the problem, it was, the problem was not in sexuality. The problem is not in food that people eat more. The problem is not in the money. It's the same. The issue is in distortion. It's how much distortion is brought into this aspect of divinity. Because if we remove the distortions, если мы уберем вот эти искажения, да, то все божественно. Then everything is divine. Everything comes from God. There is no aspect, there is no part on the earth, there is no part in us that is not divine. Everything is, and in everybody else. Let's remove those distortions and see God, see light. So we came from how it was before, right? And I gave you a little picture of what is happening, who is behind all of that, what is happening now. Now we know also the lessons for the soul. The souls go through their own lessons. And we felt that new reality. And that was shown to me more than 2 months ago. But my question was, I thought, oh yes, now I can share it with everyone, and I feel that. And my question was, it all feels so wonderful, right? But kind of not very realistic. It's all from that divine uh, dimension, this new reality. But how's it gonna look like in our life, and what are we going to do with it, right? And this was not coming until just recently. So that new reality is going to happen. And the timeline looks like somewhere around, for our children, children of our children. This is what I felt. But this can change anytime, because everything is changing very fast. Depends how fast we go through these lessons. And now the transition. The transition from where we are, so what we have right now, control, right? The government control, and you have to work so that you can live. There is no freedom, all of this. But the thing is that all of that came to be a game. And with our consciousness, as I was talking, right, with this history, with our consciousness, that's where we were and we were supposed to be. We set that game, we set the rules. So everything that is happening is according to the level of our consciousness. And imagine that, because we are so powerful, we are souls, we can change this reality. We can change this system. It doesn't have to be like this anymore. And it's in our power. And so how are we going to get from here to there is through the first stage is through creation, through co-creation of communities that are, and again, remember I was saying that the people you really want to be with, you resonate vibrationally, you start creating communities where people are more connected to each other, and they are giving each other what they need. This, what is holding us back to step into even the next stage is, I see this one, two, three, four things: attachments, привязки, belief system, система верования, victimization, жертвенность, мы жертва, and fears, страхи. So what we need to do right now, as I was saying, raising our vibration, is working with this. What you felt is yours is not yours anymore. Release it. Energetically release it. Let it go. Yes, some people are thinking, oh, I've been working so hard for this. My parents been working so hard for this. I have this, right? It was given, I inherited, whatever the story is. Despite that, let it go. Let go attachments to that. Not mine, not yours. Belongs to universe, belongs to people, belongs to everything, existence. Just internally, I'm letting go attachments. And those who have Reiki, we work with, you can do on the first position, first level, and second level, you do with symbols, to let go attachments to everything I possess, everything I have. Second, belief system. We lived in this belief system that we are incapable, we cannot heal ourselves, our body cannot heal ourselves, we cannot do much against this big structure, the system, the governments. We only have to follow what is we were told. This is a belief system. So break it internally, break it into pieces, and letting go. I'm coming out of this belief system. victimization. I'm a victim. I'm a victim because I have to work so hard and I don't have enough for anything, and yet I have to pay this person, that person, I have to do this and that. Yeah, maybe I'm sick as well. It's a victimization. I'm a victim. Come out of that state of I'm a victim into I'm a creator. I'm creating. I think now I feel way deeper this understanding what I was talking and what I kind of learned when we say in yoga, you are the creator. Now I think I get it very deeply. I can create this reality, but first I have to come out of this being a victim. And the fears, oh, so many fears of losing something, somebody, fears to just, be told you're wrong, fears that you will be exposed, fears of vulnerability, being vulnerable, all the fears. I'm letting go fears. And you can ask higher energies, higher guidance, transform these fears into light. You can do it now. And surely there will be more coming up, and this is your own internal work that I was talking about that you will need to do, is to find what is holding you back to go into this new reality that is already there, is already coming. Inevitably, it will be there. Are you going to be there? Are you going to raise your vibration enough to be there? And if not, that's your choice. It's fine too. But at this moment, we have this powerful moment that we can do that much easier than before. I don't know about later on, but now it's much easier. And another part to understand is when we are in that system, the system is corrupt now, right? And even the most pure person with very wonderful values, with very wonderful, practices and discipline, anything, will still, if it's working in the framework of the system, existing system, it will eventually be corrupt. And that's why I see here some people are, they're coming out of that system to create this new, because they know in this new is absolutely possible, and I will still hold my values. And so one of the powerful ways you can come out of the system is to withdraw your energy. That's the most powerful. It's way more powerful than fighting. Fighting is the same frequency, is the same, playing in the same game. But withdrawing energy is playing a different game, your game now, a new one that is of creating. And of course, that's not going to be for everyone, I understand. But this is one of the ways not to give away your power, but to create. So co-creation is the new aspect of our transition to new reality. How are you going to do that? There are so many possibilities, opportunities. What I have been shown is this collective gathering of people, not just gathering, but living together in these communities where they are for each other, and they have land, and they are autonomous, they're independent. And of course, this is not a new, it's not a new concept, right? The eco-villages, this kind of a concept existed for probably decades, and people started doing that. However, At that time, the energies were very different. At that time, the reason was fear. The reason was to escape, to kind of close yourself from the rest. And I have mine here, so it's all good. And just as few people or few families. Um, Now the energy is completely different. Now you start doing that. This is the energy of co-creation, co-creating together. This is way more powerful. And I know people who have been doing that. They're autonomous. They have their everything they need for life, and this is great. However, it is still not the ultimate lesson for ourselves. It's still not that process yet. We are not gonna be in the new reality like this. The new reality is that we are creating it with other people, with other families, friends, people your spiritual family, people you want to be with. And this is a next step, a next level of creating that. And so then I thought, again, so that was like another piece of puzzle, that okay, it happens through communities. Then another question I had, okay, well, they will do that, right, create this, but they still, okay, they're a little autonomous, they are this, but they still dependent, they still have to do something with that kind of a system and financial system, etc. So then the next level just came through another person understanding is these communities that have their own life, like they have their own governing bodies, they have their own constitutions, they have their own currency, they have their own way of exchange, everything. And that is the thing, that those pockets, those small pockets of communities will be created. Actually, they already are created as we are speaking in different places all over the world. And then this will become, then there, because the more people get to that state of consciousness, there will be less need and less influence for systems as they exist right now. Nobody will need it anymore. There will be no power, no struggle for power and for resources. Everyone will be already self-sufficient and in harmony. And that was my questions, like, okay, the new reality is wonderful, I can feel these energies, but is it gonna change overnight just like that? We wake up and everything is new. No more cities, no more nothing. We are just sitting all vibrating highly and just in harmony. Not really. It is, but what I'm saying, it is exactly what will happen. And the transition is our work. It's our work through our own this stuff that is holding us back, and creating these pockets of awakening on the earth, and no dependency. Eventually, yes, our children of our children will live in a completely new reality, and yes, they will have nothing to do with what we have at the moment. So my appeal to you is, wherever you are, the sooner we start, the sooner we will all get there, or somebody who has to be there will get there. So wherever you are, start vibrating first. Start vibrating on that level. What you have heard now, what you have received now, carry this vibration of this new reality. And you will start resonating with people around you who feel this, who wants to be in this, who want to be with you, and find the ways to co-create these spaces together. I'm not again saying that it's for everyone, but the best is, of course, that you find some land and you all are start building and start doing that. And I know, like right now here in Costa Rica, we are in the hub of this happening. There are a lot of these communities popping up. I know in Mexico there are 120 communities already like this created. I know in Canada there have communities like that, but they're not there yet. It's just when there is a community already of this common like-minded people, same vibrational level people, it's much easier to transition to the next level. So they already created and they need to start moving towards more independency. And it's still absolutely possible, but I was surprised even in Canada to do that, and even to find the land where we can all be together like this. Oh yes, in Russia, в России тоже есть экопоселения. There's like eco villages, and some of them already moving towards that. And it's completely different vision of life. Yes, that's how it is. So just to sum up for you, what is really happening is perfectly fine. We have to go through that, and we're prepared for that. And every soul that is going through this, and whatever way they choose, it is absolutely fine. This is the plan of their soul. And for now, right now for us, is most important is to clear those debris, to be corresponding vibrationally to this new world, and start co-creating with others. We are the creators. That's how it looks like. First it looked only very abstract, but then now it looks kind of very realistic, to the point of that, oh really, is that so easy? Well, maybe not easy, but definitely it's not as hard as I think we thought, many people thought. Yeah, if somebody wants to say what they feel now, what they experience. The question was in the chat, what will happen to languages? This part I haven't seen, I don't know. You see, I don't know all the answers, and it's perfect, because every person in that picture, each one of you, is putting this piece of puzzle. Every person. So whatever, it's coming to you from different sources, from different directions, and every person is going to put their part of the puzzle, and they can connect to the soul, and they can receive these answers. Or yeah, and even those communities that start now in this very independent way, the same way they're figuring things out, there are no all answers. It's just the beginning. Yeah, I talked a lot, like on one breath. I wanted to deliver that energy to you. Everyone is still there? Yeah, I wonder. Well, maybe if you want, we can just like for a moment just go inwards, kind of solidify this, and then maybe you will be more ready to share or ask, or just whatever you want.
I would like to speak, Nancy.
So if we just go inwards, that we are using the image of the house. You're a big house, and there are lots of doors and windows. And you can open those doors and windows, and everything that is still holding you back or pulling you back, and it's okay, it's your lesson, but also there is part of you that is striving towards that light, towards that new reality. So it's okay to let go what is holding you. Otherwise you wouldn't be here on this meeting even. So you're breathing out, and through your body, through those doors and windows, you are letting go energies of attachments. That will be the most painful for us. Possessions. Letting go. There's a big metal structure, like a metal kind of monster. We are opening and letting go this old belief system that is serving the current system, the darkness, those entities who have no compassion. That belief system, I'm letting go. The energies of victimization. I'm a victim. The fears to step into new, fears to come out of existing order, fears to be different, feels like different. Opening up, letting go. Yeah, it's still coming out. You just keep opening up. It's coming out. I can feel all of you are shedding this energy. And then you are opening and letting in. You're opening every cell. And you're letting in. I'm letting in and this new energies of the new world, the new reality. It's like the rays of light coming in from all different parts, and you can even feel, perceive it, maybe have some visions, images. I'm letting in the energies of co-creation. I'm co-creating in harmony with others and with nature. I'm not afraid to open up to others and co-create with others. This is the next step in my evolution. I feel peace and harmony within me with what I received. This is possible, this is doable, and it's already predetermined, and everything is provided for me to transition according to the plan of my soul. everything around me, everyone around me is as divine as I am, and I am as divine as others. Everything has God in it. And feel that new world where you are with other people in complete harmony, with open heart, compassion. You have nothing to gain, you have nothing to lose. You're giving and receiving. You're giving to earth, it gives you back. You're giving to people, and it comes back to you tenfold. The children are free, their spirits are free. We all are free and in harmony. Thank you so much. And if you feel like talking, sharing, I'd love to hear you. What was your experience?
Yes, I would like to say that something within me knew that something was coming
I didn't hear
different.
just a moment.
Oh, there is a bad connection. Sorry, it's really.
Okay, speak now.
Okay, that I knew within me that something was coming different, and listening to you and the other day I had a meeting with another person too, was like, even if you mentalize it that everything will be different, there is something like inside me that knew it. So it was like no frightening me, but what it brings me right now after hearing you, it's sadness, because the detachment of the people who will decided to stay in the old world. And for me it would be, I think, the biggest part. Yes.
Yes.
For me, what you were sharing is just like a very peaceful confirmation of the things we've been feeling, like I receive too, but I don't hear, I feel. And so to hear it from you is just lots of aha. So that was beautiful. And we are trying to already working in the on this frequency and this vibration, already doing these things unknowingly, I think, just because that's where we're at. And so that was so beautiful to have it detailed in in words and language. And somebody had mentioned, what about language when we move? And I feel like I already feel and know that, because I don't hear my messages in English or a language. I it's like an inner knowing. And so I feel like as we move into the frequencies and we change, it will be in the heart. It is just love. Everything will be translated through love. And so yeah, so beautiful. I took many notes, so I had words moving forward, because I think it'll help. It helps clear the path a bit. So yeah, thank you. Really, really happy to be here, and to be able to have you share your what you received with us. So thank you.
Thank you to all of you. I'm still, I mean, it's humbling. It feels as if, you know, have to clean house internally and assess day by day, moment by moment, um, my vibration in my reality. I'm still processing all of this. I feel strongly about it, yet I do know that going through all these 4 steps, the challenges, the attachments, the fears, there is work for me to do for sure. But thank you, Mansi, and thank you, all of you, all of us. You know, every feedback helps, because it tells me how connected we are all. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And if you know, wherever you are, how it's gonna play out now for you, you can let me know, or if you feel resonant with, and I think I feel definitely resonant with you,
Mhm.
then you can always reach out. We can figure out how we can do it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we can do it here, we can do it anywhere, and we can create
Mhm. Yeah.
communities. If you're into that, if you're interested, then definitely reach out, and I'm
Mhm.
sure something will come so we can form it
Right.
somehow.
Yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mansi. Thank you, everyone. What a beautiful circle always is. I'm so grateful for Reiki and for this energy that Mansi, that you can translate so well. Very inspiring. Thank you. A lot comes up for me as one of the things is like, yes, harmony. Harmony, and the most important for this for the soul journey is to work on oneself. I see that there's a lot of work to do for me with fear and attachments, and live in harmony with myself, within myself, and with everything around, everyone around. It was very exciting for me to hear the affirmation for the co-creating echo places, and I've been looking into that for quite a while. So it's quite exciting that it's here, and it's moving towards it is in a new energy, and not out of fear or out of hiding from everything that is happening in the world, but rather to flourish, to harmonize. So it's a great energy. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Mm. Mm. Um, is Rakas? Is Rakas? I hope I'm saying it right. So thank you, everyone. It really resonates with us. It feels like that changes are extremely fast. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we feel. Thank you, everyone, for your presence and energies. This message from Marina, this message is so strong and clear, even though my connection was not so good today. It definitely confirms a lot of what was somehow perceived internally.
Mhm.
Yeah. Сергей, Светлана, это вы? Я думаю, кто
That's
это?
me.
Окей, хорошо. Let's go. Brenda, what have you felt? I haven't connected with you before.
Yeah, this was really great. It's just confirmation of, I think, along the lines of what I've been already feeling. Personally, there's been more awareness, or it's been coming to the forefront of some of the challenges that I have. And so I already know that there's these things that need to be worked on. A big one for me is like worthiness, and to speak and have a voice, and yeah. So that's my main thing that I need to kind of let go of to move. I feel like to let go of to move forward. So yeah, this was really good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it's yeah, if yeah, we can continue kind of meeting and see where it takes us. Or if somebody has something to share, you can let me know and we can come together to do that. Thank you so much.